Jack, you and I, when we were just talking casually, you reminded me that I'm in a market where we have good weather typically all year long, right? We may have one day of winter and you get the t-shirt that says I survived the, whatever day it was. But you reminded me that in other markets like yours, you've got seasons. And so how does that come into play that might be different than what I'm used to, or those that are in warm climates are used to?
Yeah. So again, there's been a shift. I think up until again around the mid '90s or late '90s, we used to think of outdoor living in luxury homes or luxury communities basically was a really pretty deck with a nice view and maybe a pool. And that was kind of the extent of what that looked like. Since that time period, what we've seen evolve is people really enjoy being outside year round. And although in our market we have 4 seasons, they're not really extreme seasons. So yeah, we have a winter, we have a little snow here and there, but aside from those, novelty snow days, which we have come to love dearly, because our rule of thumb in Nashville is if schools are closed, we're off, But so we don't have a lot of snow. So basically we have 4 seasons outdoors. So you'll see a lot of covered porches. There's always a fire feature or typically a fire feature in luxury homes. So almost every covered porch has a full-on fireplace, either a gas fireplace or a full wood-burning fireplace with a gas starter. So it's easy to just sit down, click a button, instant fire. Fire pits have become extremely popular in outdoor spaces outside of the porch or deck area. Lots of folks have really nice, and these are very upgraded fire pits. It's not a few rocks in a circle with a fire. These are really nice features. But the most interesting thing we've seen are more specific fire features. So we see these fire boxes out by the pool that are much more just kind of a visual thing, and fire tables, which have become very popular. We acquired one of those recently for our cabin in the mountains. I love it. It's so much fun, which basically is a big concrete table with a long gas fire on that table. So it produces a lot of heat, and it's a nice conversation piece, and it's just visually nice for photos and that sort of thing. So
it sure is.
Yeah. So again, with the chilly weather, you can enjoy the outdoors areas, and you take it a step further. A lot of porches have either drop-down screens. I know screening obviously is very important in Florida, but a lot of folks will have the automated drop-down screens, so we can drop the screens not just for pests, but also for shade, for blocking wind. And we've got specific wind blockers that you can have on your porches that drop down automatically. Curtains. These are curtains. There's some umbrella fabric or something similar typically that are made for outdoors, but they're heavy duty. They're expensive curtains, but you can pull those closed and create that nice warm ambient space even in January, the dead of winter in our market, if you have fire features, a fireplace, or what's become very popular are commercial grade heaters. A lot of folks have built-in commercial grade heaters like you would see in a restaurant or bar, even down in Florida.
Yeah.
You're seeing those in homes now. So these are all features you're seeing that are specific to the climate that we're in to allow us to enjoy outdoor living that you guys pretty much take for granted because you have it year round without nearly as much effort.
Right. Those fire features here are mostly for show.
Yeah, sure.
But it made me think of, I showed a home that was, I think they were in the $8 million range. And they had a beautiful swimming pool that was completely surrounded by the fire features, right? And so that is entirely just for ambiance. But when you were talking about the fire tables and that sort of thing, and it brought me back to the realization that it's about creating a space that you want to enjoy with other people. Right?
That's
now,
right.
Yes, you can sit there by yourself, but it really is kind of a functionality of gathering around like an old-fashioned fire. And
I think it's almost akin, if you think about architecturally, the homes of the 70s. A lot of luxury homes in the 70s had conversation pits.
right?
So we're creating that intimate conversation space, but instead of having a quote conversation pit with an indoor fireplace, we're having a fire feature and having a centerpiece to draw people in.